Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Framing Fences Contention public match for you, but before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Server pop right now is roughly 200 right now. It's December 22nd at about 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Our imbalance right now is 6 favoring CSA. CSA has 5 on artillery. Union also having 5. So that imbalance of 8 guys favoring CSA is what they're going to have infantry-wise. So your officers for today, CSA side, you have Flores, you have Festive Fletcher, My Name Ryder, Viceroy Texas, and then for the artillery, you have War of Rights Christmas Radio. And then on the Union side, you have Chunky, Wojtek, Senior Daz, Ketamine Huffer, and for the artillery, you have Reggie V. So, Contention is a game mode. There's a lot of flag pulls on the map. One is chosen at random. The first one is always that middle point, and each team is fighting over it. If they raise their flag, they have to defend it for 7 minutes. If they do, they knock their opponent down a whole morale stage. The other team can try to neutralize the point, which Union is gunning to do that right now, hitting on 2 flanks, most CSA holding on point.
Direct front, gentlemen.
And the fighting is already starting here. Union pretty much getting destroyed in that cornfield on that initial volley, pretty much outnumbered there, but they're starting to turn through CSA's left flank. Now, the winner of the contention match, it comes down to whoever is in a higher morale stage than their opponent. Now, if one team is a high battle ready and one is a low battle ready, it's a draw. You need to be in different morale stages and be on the higher morale stage to win. Otherwise, as mentioned, it's a draw. So, team is fighting over that. Now, you can see that yellow timer underneath the black timer. It's ticking down. If no one captures a point by the time that gold timer hits 0, then a new point will be chosen at random. The thing is, though, is that if the team has the point capped when the gold time hits 0, the game will let you finish that out. Same to if you're decapping it. So, CSA shifted down the road using the sunken lane there as kind of an angled shot on Union, who's trying to use those snake fences as cover. And Union kind of getting beaten off there, falling back a little bit, redeploying. Maybe going to try to harass the CSA artillery, which is on top of the hill up there.
Moving this way, boys. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Spread it out here to my right.
So, with that all being said, Union got, again, beat back here pretty badly. Now, CSA can get to that point first. You kind of saw it here, only by a few seconds, though. Union took a little longer in their main spawn than the CSA did. But we'll see if Union is able to make their way maneuver and get this point. CSA is going to have a firm clamp on this point, though, even if Union have some opportunity. CSA, we've been watching the past couple of matches. CSA has been playing very well. They're very coordinated, and they're just simply playing better than the Union side has. So I don't know why CSA flag ran forward, but regardless of that, why is there a flag all the way over there? No one's spawning in over there. It's a little confusing. So, CSA making a little push here. My Name Ryder's a smaller company, but he's sending his guys out to shoot. I don't know why the flag bearer is crouching. That's something you never see in this game. Few reasons not to crouch. So, when you're standing up by a lot of guys, you die in formation, losing 1 ticket for your team. If you're crouching by a lot of guys like the flag bearer is, you lose 3 tickets for your team when you die. And if you're all by yourself, you basically lose 5. That's roughly the ratio. So the game tries to encourage you to be with your team. Now, the second reason why you never see a flag bearer crouching is the flag bearer, outside of it looking very nice, is it is a mobile respawn, as you just saw Trapis spawning in. So if a flag bearer is in formation, standing up by a lot of friendlies, 5-second spawn. If he's skirmishing like crouching, it's 10-second spawns. So TSA is actually counterattacking, trying to defeat a spread out Union. Looks like Union does have the 69th New York, so they'll buck and ball at least. I'm sure CSA has it as well, as a lot of CSA companies in this game have buck and ball, but I don't know if a company has Buckenball off the top of my head. I should make a little sheet. But they have the 5th Alabama and Hampton's Legion, which I don't know if they do. I don't think they do. But nonetheless, maybe that's something to get a little notepad in the future. Write all that information down. So, CSA concentrating a lot on their left side. Is a lot of the Union team is there. You have some forming up in the center as well, and they have a kind of a wide open direction at that point.
Hold your fire. Germany advance forward, gentlemen. Up to this line, independent fire. Cover grass, boys. Targets front. Fire at will.
But Union's starting to put some fire into CSA. CSA really is trying to play aggressive. Again, they kind of left that point open, but Flores having a candy cane dying. But looks like he was setting his guys out on the side for a flank. So CSA, wanting the stars, continuing the aggression. Union falling back right away. I don't think they can hold it. CSA artillery even wants to get into the fun, throwing a shot down there. And CSA is going to sweep through that. Cutting back to the point, though, looks like these two Union companies are pushing to the point, but you have two CSA companies as well trying to contest, but there's 3 CSA flags over here, so which is interesting to see. You do have 2 Union companies, though, so CSA is going to be able to out-respawn Union, but Union does have the Buckenball, which, for those of you who don't know what that is, you have a Springfield 42. That's what Buckenball is shot out of in this game, and compared to most other weapons or rifles in this game that shoot one shot pellet,
boys, up and over.
a Buckenball shoots 4 or 5 projectiles. One big shot, and then the rest are tiny pellets. It acts as a shotgun, and it's very overpowered in this game. So this shootout's kind of happened. CSA on the left side have won pretty decisively. It looks like they are starting to move back over to assist their friendlies in the center of this lane. And Union is trying to decap, which they are lowering the flag. And the question is, can the CSA hold off long enough for the friendlies to get over here, who are about to volley down at the point. Might kill a friendly or two. That shot hit the post. You can kind of see the bullets whizzing through the air. It's kind of a neat part with the snow. I don't know how well it picks up, but at least it looks very nice on my end. So the CSA on the distance, if they charged in, they could prevent this. I mean, if Union just needs someone to start decapping before that bar gets full, and they'll be able to finish it out, but it looks like that doesn't happen. So Union drop a morale stage. They're down a morale stage at a 4th, and the next point is closer to CSA spawn. So unfortunate luck for Union, as CSA is now going to turn around and get on that next point. However, it looks like CSA lost 2 of their flags. One of them being brought back. So I don't know why CSA is not moving to the point, but they're getting some nice volleys off.
Standard. It lies crumpled in the dirt like a rag.
Company, once loaded, advance towards the new line. Independent fire.
Get up there, boys. Get up there.
I mean, they've got 2 guys over here, and you need 3 guys to capture or decap a point because you need to be in skirmishing at least, which you need 3 guys to be in that morale stage. They made it that way. They used to have where you just needed 1 person to decap and cap a point, but you'd have 1 Rambo go off and decap a point. So you could still kind of do it because you can do it with 3 people, but you need a little bit more of a concentrated effort. Triple the amount, actually. So CSA run up, they get their 2 other flags. However, they're spending a lot of time there, and they're not capping that point, and so it's giving Union more time to get in position. You do have Senior Daz pushing his guys up.
I need 4 or 5 of you guys to take that cannon out. That's reps up there. Go kill him.
And now CSA is making a move towards that point. Union, any angle they want to go at this point is in the open field. So it's going to be difficult for them to hit it. And not all of Union's pushing forward. I think Senior Dad's only sent a couple guys that way. But CSA do cap the point. You do have Union in the distance too. But also a big issue for Union is they're acting as two groups right now. CSA is acting as one force. So if the two Union groups want to do something good, they got to move in together. And that's going to be very hard to coordinate on a public match. And Union especially needs to win this point. Generally, these contention matches come down to 3 points. And you can lose one, but you can't lose two. So that's also the issue with contention, is that the point that is chosen is RNG. So CSA had a hair bias with the first point. They got their first and they won it. But you would think that in a game mode like this, the next point would favor Union, just to give them a chance to get back into the game and fight, not give CSA the advantage by having the point closer to their main spawn. But in the end, it is what it is, and you got to try to find a way to win.
Press T, boys. Watch your front. Hey, hold it here. Hold the case on, John. Hold it here. Don't charge in too far. Hold it here. Hold it here. Hold it here. We're doing good. Hold it here.
CSA, My Name Ryder, his guys moved up. They're able to retake that back, at least from the few guys that Senior Daz had up. It looks like the rest of them are going to start to move. Looking over here briefly, you have some Union shooting from a distance against a whole CSA regiment. And then you got one Union company who's maybe going to try to flank, but nothing significant in terms of numbers.
Coming in line, fire wheel. Rebels front, on the line. Fire wheel, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Spread it out.
So Senior Daz guys, although they're picking apart those guys, are being hit in the flank. I mean, it's going to be hard for Union to take this point. Union needs to basically wipe the whole CSA team before they decap that point. If the whole Union team, and this is just for any point in general, if you bonsai your team onto a point of contention and just try to take it, you're going to be shot up, completely destroyed. The enemy's just going to come in and sweep you up in the end after they shoot you down. Because they're not going to take a whole lot of casualties. They'll be spread out shooting at you who are clumped up on the point. So, unfortunately for Union, if they want to win this point, they got to wipe CSA, and that's a very hard thing to do these days, especially when flags have these 5-second respawns.
Get canister. Apparently somebody get canister.
So, Union getting closer and closer to taking losses, not making any progress on the point. It's really hard to. Sitting and shooting your opponent, it's a slow way to wipe your opponent out. And sometimes you can't even do that. You have one CSA company moving up to reinforce. Give a little more manpower. This big shot in the open. But the thing is, right, the Union is sitting and shooting, and they still have 3.5 minutes to take this point. But they've been sitting and shooting this whole time. They're not doing anything to help them take this point. I know they're trying to push CSA off of here, but it hasn't worked. And with CSA now having a second company up here, trying to outshoot two guys being spawned in every 5 seconds. I mean, you got to be killing two guys every, like, 4.5 seconds.
Hampton Legion Company A, I'm back, boys. I got a flag back. Hampton Company A, you're on me. Hampton A Company A. Hell yeah, man.
So it's really hard to outshoot your opponent there. It's really hard to outshoot. So Union's got to be working together to try to do something, and it's very hard to do. But right now, Union it's wasting time. It's like watching, at least to the American viewers, it's like watching football, for example. It's like running the ball right at a good defensive line and getting, like, no gain or 1 yard. It's like it's a wasted play. There's things as wasted play, and this is a wasted play by Union right now. You're going to lose the match by just sitting back and shooting the whole time. You're going to have to charge eventually. And this isn't working. So you need to group up as a team and charge and hope you win. I don't think they're going to win. They haven't won this whole match. But there's not really a whole lot to talk about from a CSA vantage point because they're just doing everything right. I mean, this is probably the only time you'll see someone outshoot someone, but they outnumber the Union 2-3 to 1. So Wojtek pulling back this along with the other shootouts over there. Union's about to drop and then taking losses.
Go flag, go.
I'm going. I'm gone then.
Forget me and escort the flag. Everyone follow center mass this way.
They're trying to get the flag out, but
Freebird.
CSA having a jolly good show as they are charging in to wipe the Union match. They're going to get a good few kills there. Circling back to the center, you do have one CSA company charging a Union company. Nothing too crazy, but Union is about to hit breaking in a minute and 15 seconds. CSA is almost close to engaged, though. So Union's given up on the point, and there's Union looks like the CSA caught him, but you can't lose 2 flagpoles in this game. Granted, there's enough time on the clock for there to be 2 more points of contention, but Union has to win both of them, and they can't lose too many tickets in the process. But we'll see where the next point is. Union lost the flag over there. You can see what that flag marker. So we'll see where the next point is. If it's even closer to CSA spawn, I'm gonna laugh. Honestly. Okay. So I remember someone saying that the game first chose the middle point and then biased towards one side and biased towards another side, which it's done then here. The unfortunate thing is Union's completely spread out, and one of their companies just got thrown off. So both sides collapsing into the point. Union's going to be able to get there first.
Load. Bayonets. Recover stamina if you are loaded. The bayonets are on.
But we'll see if Union can actually hold. They'll have an opportunity to do that, assuming those spawns get up there. I mean, what are we at? We're at 230, looks like. The imbalance is 5 towards CSA. When you consider artillery into the mix, it's 7, which is not a lot. So Union setting up on that corner. They're also setting up, looks like, in the open here. I'm surprised they're not holding on the snake fence.
Ringgold, get yourself spread out through this formation, boys.
They're holding in the open. When CSA has the height advantage on top of defenses, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense there. I'm surprised they're not holding on that snake fence where they could at least have the cover of the snake fence. But the issue for Union is their left side is completely open, which it looks like Flores is going to take advantage of. Both sides drop. CSA now at engage. Union's been at breaking for a few minutes already. But at least with them holding in the open, if CSA try to do what they're doing right now, they should get good shots on them. It's only one tiny CSA company, though. So Flores is having his guys flank around the far side, and they're going to get a great flank here, potentially forcing Union off their defensive spots. But Union spawns are now moving in. They're going to get nice flanks. Oh my goodness, what a canister shot. That was huge. They still got a lot of guys there, though, that are putting up a lot of shots. Again, similarly to what Senior Dads, they're just kind of sitting in the open, but I think they're trying to get a volley and then maybe go for the flag, but fortunately it looks like it stopped. Senior Dads turning his guys around. and they are going to try and hit
Go! Come on!
the snake fence. Maybe they're going to try to charge him out or just sit and shoot. I mean, they have the flagpole capped. There's not necessarily a reason to charge him out unless you want to get that flag. I mean, if anything, CSA is forced to charge if they want to get the point.
Guys, get off me, please. Holy shit. Nice sprint left. Let's go. Break those.
But CSA now, because Senior Daz left that flank open, CSA collapsing in, well timed on their part, and the Union group holding the corner is about to get squished. All of Union now is pulling back, and CSA is an open lane to the point. Jeez. So now Union pulling back, trying to spread themselves out so they can just shoot it and hopefully hold that point. Almost in a sense, if artillery tries to shoot canister, they could hit friendlies there.
Independent fire. All rebels front in that corn. Line it up.
So CSA decapping, it looks like they're going to be able to do that. CSA starting to inch down the snake fence, getting flank shots, but Wojtek is sending his guys in, which I don't know. They tried to keep the flag, but the problem is they're only charging in on their team. Looks like Senior Daz now sending his guys forward. Union losing one flag. And Union trying to charge in here. It's kind of close to tell, although Union picked up that flag. CSA losing a flag here in the corn. Union starting to overwhelm on this front. Got a couple of Union guys running that way with flags. Union's kind of spread out here. Both sides kind of hit hard by that charge, although CSA's got probably the more concentrated force on the left side on that snake fence, but they haven't really engaged in the melee. But looks like one Union, one CSA flag down. CSA is probably going to get that flag back. Looks like a second Union flag down.
Firewall, boys, hit them flags, y'all. They're right there.
So CSA pick up that down flag. And Union lost a third flag. Here come respawns.
This cake is so big. Why?
Yankees on the road. Yankees on the road.
Behind it.
Yankees on the road.
So Union looks like they'll be able to get their flags, but CSA capping, yep, they're starting to cap. And I mean, with them having all their flags, they're going to be able to get respawns. Union artillery outside of that great canister shot, they haven't hit anything there. So CSA's capped the point. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold, because similar to that previous point, I mean, Union spawns decently close. I mean, if Union kept the pressure on and were able to get some flags, but at this point, they're so close to last stand that they're not going to be able to win this game. I mean, one more charge, they're down the last stand, and then if they die, they don't come back. So, looked promising for a second, but again, CSA just straight up domination. There's no excuse, especially with Union having bucket ball this time, because that's probably the biggest reason why I think Conquest and Contention are CSA bias, is just CSA is bucket ball more often, but Union clearly, at least to me, has it with the 69th New York. I really need to write down what companies have bucket ball, but Union getting set up, ready to go in again, giving CSA plenty of time to also set up their defense of the point. Union artillery not hitting great, short and long. So you obviously have two Union companies on the left on that artillery. You could tell where the companies are at based on the flags. Union, though, remaining covered from strong. CSA countercharging them, though. They're trying to finish this game now.
Brace the line. Kill these sons of bitches.
Brace, brace, brace.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why?
My bad, sorry.
Come on, you bastards. Come on, get like beat
Look
it
at
in
him
your
coming at
guts.
us down the road. Look at him coming down.
So Union's at least holding their ground as CSA trickle in. Another CSA wave about to charge in though.
Otherwise, just keep shooting.
All right, boys, let's
the right.
counter-charge. Keep the flag
Counter
here.
charge, go,
Bring
go,
it
go,
right
go.
out. This
Charge,
is a melee
gentlemen.
fight only. Let's go. Let's go. Right,
Oh, we got him on the right.
CSA somehow hasn't forced Union down the last stand yet. And the other two Union companies moving in to collapse down.
You gotta save him. You gotta save him. Flag, keep
I'm kind of confused why Union moved in late. Maybe they didn't get orders from their officer, but you saw your friendlies getting charged out. Why'd you wait until after they basically got wiped before going in? They kind of asked the same with CSA. They all didn't go forward, but I guess if some Union groups didn't go in, you might as well hold back just in case those Union groups decide to charge the point instead of charge where the main fight is. And Union hits last stand. They all respawn. And CSA might hit taking losses. This round is about to finish.
on the left. They're over the
Irish Brigade backwards! Go back to Washington, you filthy Irishman! I don't respect you! I don't respect you!
You're dead. Oh.
So this round will be over in a minute and a half, assuming CSA hold the point, which it looks like they're going to. So, I mean, overall, that first point, CSA outplayed Union. Union CSA can get to that point at the very similar times. Actually, I think Union might get there a few seconds. Regardless, they're very close in terms of time to get to the point from their main spawns, that center point. But CSA just outplayed Union. Those three words are basically the entire round. They just outplayed the Union. That second point is going to be hard for Union to win. And this point here, Union had the setup. They just got flanked. And because they got flanked, they turned to focus to that. And the rest of CSA was able to collapse as they were focused on the flank. I mean, that Union group that got wiped here at the end of that second point, and them taking a while to get back into the fight and protect that left flank of Union, that really hurt Union. So, maybe if Union would have held that flank, maybe things would have been different. Who knows? But CSA is charging all the way to Washington, leaving the point open. I mean, if Union starts the decap before this finishes, the game will let them finish it out, and the round will continue. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Fuck back here.
So, anyways, domination from CSA. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment at the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, Instagram, X, and TikTok. All those links are in the description as well. But anyways, I appreciate you all being here. It means a lot to do this. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. See you in the next one.